Stay tuned for today's Antidote, brought to you by the Renegade Success Network. Today's Antidote features a healthy dose of thought-provoking insights and information for business owners, entrepreneurs, leaders, and nonprofit professionals. Each day since March of 2020, this program has offered that one thing to help you continue on your own unique pathway to success. And now, Renegades, we bring you Bob Graham and Tom Brush.
Hey, Thursday, Tom, and I got my Orioles shirt on. See, it says O's. I live in Baltimore. See that? They have a day game at 12:30. I was hoping to go to it, but it's going to be a watch it on TV while I work kind of day. But I love day baseball. I don't know what it is. It's just something. It's like a treat.
Well, it's, you feel like you're skipping out. You feel like you're doing something that, it's kind of like a school skip day, and chance for you to just sit and relax, enjoy the sun, and not feel like, oh man, can I stay till the end? Because it's going to be late. Then I got to fight traffic. And then it's just an opportunity to do something fun. And it looks like it's going to be a beautiful day. So,
yeah, sadly, I'll be inside watching it at home, but I think I might cook a hot dog on the grill and even make some popcorn.
Create a little atmosphere. Look at you.
Yeah. You want to come over?
Maybe.
Okay. All right.
About that.
Crazier things have happened.
There is no doubt crazy.
Had I been on my game, I would have asked if you wanted to go to the game. That
is correct.
But I know this is a busy period of the year for you with your officiating.
Yeah. So I got a couple of calls. Yeah. Anyhow, I caught the tail end of the game last night, so that was
okay. All right.
And I like the orange.
Okay.
As much as I'm a follower, I'm not sure I'm a rabid fan of the Orioles. But
you're a Yankees fan, right?
Of course.
Okay. I may be at Yankee Stadium on Sunday for the first time.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. Well, enough talking about baseball. Although, it's a nice day. Why not? Let's play two, as they say.
I think Willie Mays. No. Who was it? Willie Mays who said, "Let's play two"? Willie Mays or
no idea.
Say Hey Kid? Who is that? Willie Mays, right? Yeah. There you go.
Got that figured out. That was an important thing to figure out today. Was there anything on the calendar? Is there a special day?
I did not look. I figured the joy of baseball and all that was enough for the day. I mean, if you want, I'll look right now.
No, that's okay.
No,
we need to move on. It's time to keep going. So good morning, everyone. I hope that everyone day is off to a great start, and that this show will provide you with one thing, because that's our goal. One thing that will help you move forward today as we go through our topic of conversation, which this week is talking about faith. Faith in your business, faith in your work, faith in yourself. And if you would like to share some thoughts along the way, please feel free to add your comments, because we know that it makes a difference in the benefit of others and for the show. And at the end, if you have your own one thing, please feel free to share it, because I think that there are people out there who are looking for exactly what you have to say. So in that regard, I hope you consider it. And before we dive into that, we want to talk to you a little bit. And I thought, Bob, it would be good to give people a little reminder of what we came up with yesterday for our plan for the summer.
Yes, it is our summer. Oh, there it is. Summer of celebration. I got totally blank there. We are going to celebrate every single day. That's right. Every single day this summer, we are going to have a celebration. You can celebrate something big. You could celebrate something small. Hey, I got up in time to listen to your broadcast, guys. That would be cause for celebration. I would certainly celebrate that. It could be something big. You signed the biggest contract of your life. It could be something in between. It could be that, hey, I actually glanced at my to-do list today. I didn't do anything about it, but I at least looked at it. Or I cleaned my desk, or whatever. Anything and everything, a cause for celebration. Tom and I, from the time we started the Ring of Renegades, from the time we started these broadcasts, we're totally dedicated to the idea of celebrating the most minuscule things, because as you take the next step, sometimes they're big steps, sometimes they're small steps, but every single step takes you closer to achieving what you're trying to do.
Absolutely. And I think it's one of those things that we don't take enough time to celebrate. And clearly over the last 16, 18 months, it has been hard to find things sometimes to celebrate. And so we felt like this is a great opportunity to try to not get people back on track, but just get people in the habit of celebrating. As we mentioned yesterday, one of the things we do with the start of every conversation with our clients is, what are you celebrating? And it is amazing what that does to change where they're at and what they're trying to accomplish, as typically we're talking with them about something that they're struggling with, which usually means they're coming in and they're frustrated and not quite sure what to do next. So we hope that you will join us in this summer of celebration. Every day there'll be an opportunity for you to share whatever it is that you're celebrating. And we hope that you will participate and that this will help you as you figure out how you're going to move from Memorial Day to Labor Day, which sometimes can be a real challenge for your work as you try to manage maybe kids at home again or continuing, trying to figure out vacation. How can I do that when I've got so many things to do? Trying to enjoy the time and the weather that we have. So this is an opportunity that hopefully we can help you continue to move through that in a very different light.
And also other people being off work while you're working can cause a whole bunch of fun.
Oh, yeah. When people are sharing their vacation photos from the beach and you're stuck at your desk trying to figure out.
Yes.
And whether that's your desk in your office or your makeshift desk at your kitchen table, there is definitely not the same as when you scroll through your social media and see others are enjoying beautiful weather and beautiful locations. So we hope that you will participate. We'll talk more about that as we go. It'll start Memorial Day, which is a week from Monday. And we hope.
But you can get an early start. Don't be afraid to celebrate within the Ring of Renegades Facebook group. We will be happy to have you use that hashtag summer celebration a little early. We don't mind that at all.
And I think that everybody has a chance to celebrate in a way that works for them. Whether that is gratitude, whether it is sharing something that is going on, sharing something that they've worked through. I mean, all of those things I think are helping us get more and more comfortable and have more faith in who we are. As we complete things and take the time to celebrate them, it becomes easier to take the next step and then the next and then the next. And so we hope you will join along with us and make this a summer of celebration.
Hey, Tom, I'm going to add a comment. This is from John Hansen, and rather interesting comment. I think we need to have a month of celebrating failures. Who has the guts to say you screwed up instead of hiding it? And it would be interesting because in my mind, when I haven't achieved what I set out to achieve, that's when I've learned the most.
Correct. And that's why, as you know, failure is one of those words on my list that I try not to use, because I think that to me, that means that you didn't learn anything from it, that nothing came of this action. And as you shared many times, what comes from our actions that don't go the way we planned is a lot more than sometimes if it goes exactly as we expected. And so I think that I would agree with John, is if that's something you want to celebrate, please do, because that is, the way that we learn and gain and grow. I saw a quote somewhere where somebody said the way we learn to walk is by falling down. A baby, as they take their steps, they gain like, oh, hey, maybe my foot needs to land a little differently. And then I can move forward and actually take a step. So I hope that people will consider that this is a celebration, like I said, of everything. Whether you would say, and you want to choose to use the word failure, or you just say, this is an action that I took and it didn't go as I planned. And I would hope that as you celebrate that, you would also share, but this is what I learned. Because I think that is the important part of our actions, is figuring out how to do it differently.
And Peg points out that growth comes from failure. I know you don't like that word, but that's where the growth occurs. Yesterday, you and I had a discussion late in the day about something that you observed in how I handle a certain situation. And it was like, oh, hey, I can learn from that. This morning I was like, hey, I can really implement that. That's a great lesson. So, it comes from all kinds of places.
Right. And I think that, it is funny. Somebody else shared this, that everybody cheers when the baby tries to take a step and falls down. Yet, why don't we do that as adults? Which is a great question. And I think that is part of what this is all about, is that we beat ourselves up as adults for whatever reason, because it's easy to do, because, it's kind of almost like it's a, what's the word I'm thinking of? Jeez. It's an excuse. Sorry. It's an excuse. My mind isn't quite functioning yet. But it's an excuse, right? And it sort of allows us to get out of the fact that didn't go the way I thought. And I think our opportunity is to celebrate all of our actions. Because to me, taking any action is better than taking none. And whether it goes absolutely the way you planned or completely different than you planned, there is opportunity for growth and understanding. And
I'm going to add some more comments in, Tom, just because hey, other adults are haters. I think that's not untrue. I think that's why we can't admit or celebrate our failures the way that we might celebrate successes. And this from, remember, the straight trees get cut first, and you got to break some eggs to make an omelet. That would be a really good song lyric. I feel like you could have a country song if you could work like an F-150, a breakup with a girl with blonde hair and like Daisy Duke shorts on. I think you pretty much got the makings of a hit song. I'll work on that.
Why don't you work on that, Bob? You've got a couple of books. Why don't you now come up with a song?
I play a little guitar. I don't do it well, but you never know. I might surprise you one morning.
Why judge how you do it? Just say you play. Maybe somebody thinks it's beautiful.
Yeah.
And they,
Oh, wait, we've got this edition. Yes. Oh, wait, sorry. I hit the wrong button. And your dog died. You're right. That's what I missed.
Here's what's interesting about that. So country songs do very well. And usually they are about something that is a struggle that someone gets a lesson from. They talk about all those things because all of those things are challenges to us. And usually at the end, there's some lesson in that we learn. And they're sold all over the place. People love them. I think they love them because they talk about the struggle, and we don't focus on the results that ultimately come from how do I learn from whatever this was that happened in a way that will help me move forward. Because I think one of the things we do is we take all of what has happened to help us continue to move forward, the good, bad, and the ugly. It's so funny. I think I actually wrote a post. I was looking at my memories. I wrote a post last year at this time about how all of the things that we do lead up to where we are, and that we wouldn't be able to do what we're going to do next without all of what we have gone through.
I want to add what might be the best comment of the year. It's early, but still, this is in the running. Play the song backwards and you get all your stuff back. That's what Troy offered us. That's just funny.
I like that. And somebody says, quit mocking country music. I'm not mocking country music. I love it.
I am a little bit, but I do it with respect. You broke my heart, now I'm going to break your jaw.
If you were in my office, most of the time it's country music that's playing or show tunes. Crazy silliness.
I knew you liked country music,
I do.
Does Carrie Underwood qualify as country music?
Yes, indeed.
What about the Before He Cheats song? Is that a country song?
Yes.
Okay, I like that song. I can play that song on my guitar.
So you got one for Bob, one country song that Bob knows.
And right, don't break my heart, my achy breaky heart.
That would be country.
Yeah.
And I think that's, it's interesting. People write songs, play music, write a book because they have a little bit of faith that they have something to offer, that there is some message in there that is going to be beneficial. They have no idea. There are a lot of songs that are written that nobody ever hears or very few people hear. and yet they could have a great message for those people that hear them. And I think that's a little bit about what we're talking about today. It's interestingly enough, I'm not sure how we transitioned from country music and the word failure to faith and more than a dream.
I was just going to sit here and watch you do it.
It wasn't an easy transition to make. And
you have to do it the way Al Roker does it. They have a really sad story, and then they go, all right, turning to something lighter, the weather across the country. He just says it flat out. Boom. We're transitioning. I know it. You know it. Let's just commit to it.
Sure. And well, I think that's if you were a musician and you didn't believe that you had something to say, you were an author that didn't believe you're no longer an author, right? Okay. You wouldn't write, you wouldn't create music, you wouldn't provide a service if you didn't believe, you didn't have faith that you had something to offer someone. Why create a service if you don't have some faith that there's somebody out there who needs it, or a widget, or
a song,
or why hire people on a team if you don't have faith that that team is going to be able to accomplish what you're trying to do? And I think it's all right. So I'm trying to do this. It's more than a dream, which is
let me see if I can help a little bit. Troy says, and this is really kind, great content, guys. I appreciate your consistency. Keep it up. So that does mean that we've had faith from day one. Remember the first day we did this program and we were there going, no one's going to listen. This is for you and me. What are we thinking? How are we going to do this? Here we are over a year later, 320 some odd episodes. And we've got people saying great content. Keep up you're consistent and keep up. Those are all things that there were days when we had to have faith. There have been days where one or both of us, 99.9% of the time it's me going, why are we doing this, Tom? That was the worst in the world. We're never going to be on ABC or NBC or CBS, or Netflix is never going to sign a big contract with us. But we've always had the faith. And I think one of the great things about our partnership is one of us has always been able to pick up the other one. Now, 99% of the time it's you, I admit that. But I think that's one of the things when we talk about faith and what's possible with it is, where do you find that person or way to say, you know what, I don't have all my faith today. I need to find it. So with that, I think that leads right into our topic. How was that for a transition?
I think you transitioned my transition, which is good. Yeah, I think that's what it is that, the idea of a dream is something you put up in your head. And you think about it and you say, wouldn't this be nice? And maybe that would be great. And you never take action on it. And I think that faith is really believing that whatever that dream is, whether it's a song, a widget, a service, what you think your team can accomplish, you actually take the steps to make it happen. And that you, throughout that, have faith that you are doing the right things, or at least the real things, to help you get to where you think you want to go. You have no idea. When you take that first step, you have no idea what the results are going to be. And you can't control them, usually. All you can do is control the actions that you take. But if you are dreaming about it, you never actually take any action. And so it is just a dream. And I think those who just dream, while they're very creative and have lots of great ideas, I think that one of the things they're lacking is the faith that those dreams can actually become a reality. And when we decide to take that first step, now we have faith that we can actually accomplish it.
It strikes me as we were talking, Tom, you mentioned it in a LinkedIn post earlier this week that we were talking about faith and it reminded you of a song. And as we're talking about dream today, there's the song in Les Mis, right? I dreamed a dream. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it's interesting to me that songs are coming up as we talk through these topics more than, when we were talking about consistency, there's not a song I could think of that said the word consistency. When we were talking about self-doubt, nothing. But here we are at this elevated level where we're talking about theoretical things that don't have real firm, you can't touch it. It's not tangible. And I think the arts really are where we access that. And a dream, look, I've been to art galleries where I look at a piece of art and it's like, that's what a dream is like to me. That's how it feels. And I think that's part of this whole thing, is that artists see the world in a way different than what is here right now. And I think we, as entrepreneurs, as team leaders, as business leaders, as employees, have to see the world differently. We have to be moving somewhere with faith towards what some people would say is a dream. But I don't know, as I think about it, is it really a dream or is it just a possibility? Because to me, a dream is, I can be my monster at 3 a.m. and I wake up all scared because a monster ate me. It's not going to happen. I don't see any monsters. I mean, a couple of cicadas have taken a shot at me, but not monsters. But a possibility is, yeah, I'm a bicycle shop owner in Ohio and I go to North Carolina. And with my brother, we actually fly a weird contraption for the first time at Kitty Hawk. That's a possibility. Those guys believed in the possibility, not the dream, right? The dream to me is 88 steps down the road. The dream is Elon Musk saying, I want to take people to another solar system. Right. The possibility is I want people on Mars by the end of this century or this decade.
Well, it's a little bit about vision and mission, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, a vision is something that is out there that you may or may not ever achieve. Elon Musk may or may not ever put somebody on Mars. Doesn't mean he's not going to try, just may or may not. He might not be able to control all the results. Just might not be possible. And yet he has the willingness to think about that. And I think that's similar. If you take it into the business, is when you take your vision and create a mission from it. Now you actually are saying, here's what the steps we are going to take. And our hope, even though we can't control and we don't know whether it will actually happen, is that we will achieve the vision that we have. It's hard to do, very hard to do, because usually the dream is so big, or the vision is so big. The vision of the American Cancer Society is to cure cancer. That's a big vision. And their mission, I don't know it exactly, but I am sure it is to help people who are struggling with cancer. And how do we make that easier for them? How do we help them find out what's best for them and move forward? And I think that those are the things that, as we think about, how do we start to move forward and decide, okay, this is what we'd love to see happen. I don't know that it can happen. We talk about it all the time. You want us to be on and have our own show on television. And that is a dream. The actual faith
it's a facetious dream.
Why judge it? It's a dream.
Yeah, okay.
Could it happen? Honestly, could it happen?
I see the sports junkies on cable TV, and they went from a cable show to a radio show to TV. So it is possible. We are still alive. We can still speak. There is still television. It's possible. Well, you heard today I added Netflix signed us to a contract. That would be, I'm updating.
Okay. That's even more possible.
But Hulu, don't be afraid to come calling. Disney Plus, Discover Plus. I'm open to any of them. I know Tom would be too.
Well, here's the question. Is that a dream, or do you have faith that you can take the steps to achieve that?
I think in all seriousness, we are taking the steps. If it happened for me, it would be, wow. That's something I've always wanted to do. For you, I'm not so sure. But that would definitely, I would love for someone to say, hey, I've watched your bulbous head for the last year. You have something to say. We'd love to have you on anything.
We've got to work on your adjectives. Your adjectives choose to be a lot on one side of the spectrum.
I'm going to add another comment into our discussion, Tom. We've had such great comments. Tim says, there's two of you really provide quality content. Don't downplay your role here, Bob. Without you here, Tom would not do near as well. The two of you feed off each other in the most productive ways. And then Peg, do you know Peg?
I do.
Okay. Peg says Tim speaks truth. And that means so much. I can't even tell you guys. And some of my self-deprecating humor is completely not, it's just acting for the purposes of, stirring the pot. But deep down inside, some of it's true.
It's just what's real for you at the moment.
But it's not Therapy Tuesday, so.
Right. All right. So I think we've talked all around this.
We have.
What is your one thing about faith and being more than a dream?
I think the one thing for me is that I shouldn't say I regret. I wish we hadn't used the word dream. I wish we'd used the word possibility. I think faith opens our eyes and leads us towards new possibilities. And to me, a possibility is more real in my mind than a dream, which is fantastical. The dream is Kate Beckinsale is going to call me up and say, hey, Bob, I know you've watched every movie I'm in. I'd really love to spend an evening with you. That's total dream world.
Okay.
Possibility is I might run into Kate Beckinsale if I'm walking around New York. And if I'm lucky enough to be that close to her, I might, hey, Kate, how's it going? Love your movies. And she goes, oh, thank you very much. And we go on our way.
Okay.
And now I've divulged to the world that I have a thing for Kate Beckinsale, but hey, it's all good.
If I was really skilled, I would pull up a picture of her and put her on the screen, but I don't have that skill.
If you did that, I would not complain. You know who she is, right?
I'm not 100% positive. That's okay.
Oh, okay.
Anyhow, I think that I would add to that. I mean, I actually am glad that we use the word dream. I think that dream is something that's in your head. And I think you don't have to have a lot of faith to dream. Anybody can dream. We dream all the time. I think faith is taking that dream and taking the action steps that you believe based on what you know could get you to that point. And then your dream becomes a reality. I don't think dreams become reality without the faith to take the first step. Whatever that step might be, however small or large it is the action of doing that gives your dream a chance. Like your dream has no chance if you don't, or very little chance, if you don't figure out where she might be shooting, where she might live, all those things that some people would say is stalking. And there are ways to take a dream and figure out. Walt Disney had a dream, right? He was going to build this great place. If he didn't go down to Florida and say, this property might work, even though it kind of seems like swampland. And all right, it still seems like swampland, but I'm going to drop the plans. Let's see what happens. See if the local government approves zoning it for what I want to do. Okay. Still a dream. Still out there like, yeah, okay, it would be beautiful to have this beautiful big park that people come and love and have a great time at. And then he put a shovel in the ground. And after he put a shovel in the ground, he put a few more. And then he put a building in. And all of those action steps led to what it is today. That started out as a dream in his head that probably ended up on a napkin and then turned into what it is today because he took action and didn't let that dream just sit in his head. That's my one thing.
Tom, while you were speaking, I went and looked at the calendar for today. I want you to know that today is National Quiche Lorraine Day.
Okay.
See, not that great a day. But I can give you a preview tomorrow.
And now you're supposed to share that, which is, no, don't give us a preview tomorrow. Let us wait.
Okay. All right. Could be a good one.
Okay, folks, thanks so much for being with us today. I would love, and Bob would love to hear, what's your one thing about faith? Is dream the right word? Is possibilities the right word? Is there another word that you think is real that would fit for who and where you are and how you try to deal with how am I going to move forward with whatever I'm trying to accomplish. Creating my widget that I believe someone else needs. Creating a service that I think is going to help someone move forward. Or putting together a team to accomplish a goal. We would love to hear about it and have you put it in the comments. Or you can put it inside the Ring of Renegades Facebook group, where we have conversations like this all the time. If you are not yet a member of the Ring of Renegades Facebook group, it's easy to join. Just go to Facebook, search for Ring of Renegades. You just have to ask to join and tell us why you are a renegade. It is private, so you do have to ask, because we want to take this group of people that's almost at 1,000 and make sure that they have the space to be able to share what is going on, what is real for them, as they try to figure out how to take the next step along their own unique pathway to success. So we hope that you will join us inside the Ring of Renegades.
Can I stop with two things before you go to the great close?
Of course.
One, thank you, John, Tim, Troy, Peg. I think I got everyone. I hope for your great comments. Really appreciate it. And then Tom mentioned getting to 1,000 Facebook people in our Ring of Renegades group. We are having a little contest. I think you saw this, Tom. The person who invites the 1,000th person and the person who is the 1,000th person, they're each going to get an autographed copy of my book, The Renegade Way, delivered to them, mailed to them. No, easy peasy. So we're 9 away. If you get someone in, and we will be able to track who gets that 1,000th person. Love to have a book in your hands within the next 5-6 days. Love to have a book in the person you invite into the group's hands.
Excellent. Yeah, that's great. And I think 1,000 was a dream at one point, and then we took the actions to help get there. And now we'll have to think about and dream about what is the next step for
1 million. That was my best Austin Powers here.
You keep trying to slide those impressions in. I like that you do it. Someone else be the judge on whether or not they're actually close to the impression of the person. Someone else can decide. So, folks, thanks so much for being with us and enduring what I think is our longest show, maybe ever.
Might be.
And because we got all these great comments, and it was great to be able to be part of that. So I hope that you have a great rest of your day. We will see you inside the Ring of Renegades Facebook, or tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. Eastern time, for our next edition of today's Antidote. Here's some further information about the Facebook group. We hope to see you there. Have a great day.
Carving your own path is tough. You want and need a community to offer you insights and advice, share inspiration, provide support, and save you time and money. But where do you find all that? Here's the easy answer: the Ring of Renegades Facebook group, where leaders, entrepreneurs, and business owners identify their next steps. Here's some of what you will find at the Ring of Renegades Facebook group. Just go to ringofrenegades.com and join today. Find and accomplish those next